So you want to lose weight? Is there really such a thing as a magic pill or injection that can help deliver your weight loss goals? In this episode, I'm going to give you an exclusive pass into the game changers in the world of weight loss. I'm about to uncover which of these medications are real lifesavers and which ones are just more likely going to make your purse lighter without delivering the weight loss results you crave. There's a buffet of weight loss medications available, and depending on where you live in the world, your own doctor may be able to prescribe them for you. You may be able to buy them over the counter, or you may have to get them from a specialist service. So the big questions are, do they work? Are they safe? And should you give them a shot? Straight out the gate, I'm going to bust some myths for you. I'm going to bust the myth that you need to just have some sort of superhero willpower in order to eat less and move more for a lifetime of weight loss. When actually, obesity is a chronic disease, and we need to start thinking about it and managing it like that, much like we do with things like high blood pressure. And some people will benefit from medications. Why? Here's the scoop. We have hormonal and metabolic curveballs that can really come and impede your ability to lose weight. So for many people, medications can be a real game changer. But we need a societal shift in the way we think about obesity. We need to break down the stigma that's held us back for too long. So come with me on a little walk, we'll get a bit of fresh air and I'll tell you all about it. So the key takeaway is that none of these medications can do the heavy lifting of weight loss all on their own. They need a strong team around them. And that includes all of the lifestyle changes and other things I've discussed in the rest of the videos of this series. Medications can be part of this journey, but they are not a solo act. Okay, so let's start with the new kids on the block, the GLP-1 agonists. You may have heard these as in Wegovy and Ozempic, and I have made a video all about these, so I'm just going to summarize it briefly for you now and go away and watch that other video. So these are part of the drugs under the name semaglutide, and there's also Victoza and Saxenda, which are like a sister version called liraglutide. And there's a lot of excitement at the moment because there is a brand new version of this called tirzepatide, known by the brand name Mounjaro, and the results from this medication have been really jaw-dropping. It's only just been approved, this is November 2023, for use for weight loss. It was originally just used for type 2 diabetes. There may be issues with supplies and getting it, but it's pretty exciting in the amount of weight loss people are able to manage on these medications, and especially tirzepatide. So these are injectable medications that work on the hormones from your gut that tell your brain, hey, we're full. So of course you end up eating less. In the UK, there's a bit of a problem because in the NHS, it's only licensed for tier 3 weight loss services, and they are not available to everyone. And also, if you do manage to get it prescribed, the NHS only allows you to have it for 2 years, which is a bit silly because, as we've discussed, obesity is a chronic condition. So hopefully these things will change in the future, and in different countries, there will be different rules. In the UK, GPs like me are allowed to prescribe a medication called Orlistat, or you may know it as Xenical, and you can buy a lower dose over the counter called Ali. Now this is like your personal fat blocker. It prevents about a third of the fat you eat from being absorbed into your body. Instead, when you go to the toilet, it is flushed away. So that sounds very good, doesn't it? But you still have to focus on those lifestyle changes, and if you haven't lost 5% of your body weight by 12 weeks, then it'll be stopped. And unfortunately, it does come with side effects like any medication. In the terms of Orlistat, you might find that you have an urgency to go to the toilet and open your bowels. You may find that you're really gassy, you might not make many friends, and you can have an oily substance from your rectum. So not brilliant. And I find that with my patients, I haven't had great success with Orlistat, but it's out there and it's on the NHS for those people living in the UK, so you may wish to try it. In the US and Australia, they've got a favourite in their weight loss toolkit called phentermine, and it's been around for decades. And originally it was just used to kind of jumpstart your weight loss, but now it's accepted as long-term therapy. And I think if phentermine were a movie, it would be Top Gun. And this is because it works in the same way on your fight or flight system. And this is how your body reacts to stress and danger. So think about your airways opening up, your heart racing, and your blood flow being directed to vital organs. Sounds pretty exciting, right? Except for the fact that this means it can lead to side effects, including headaches, high blood pressure, and insomnia. So certainly not ideal for everyone. There's also a drug called Qsymia, and this is like a combination duo tag team of phentermine and a medication called topiramate, which was originally used for migraines and seizures. This is like your appetite's worst nightmare, and their mission is to put those cravings to rest. But if you haven't lost that 5% by 12 weeks, then it will have to be stopped. And just like the side effects I've already mentioned for phentermine, you can get some additional side effects, including constipation and dry mouth. And women, you have to make sure you're on good contraception. There's also something known as hydrogel, which goes by the brand name Plenity. This is like a tiny capsule with a superpower. So this little hero can expand up to 100 times its original size in your stomach, making you feel full in a flash. And it's a bit like a stealth mission, because then when it's done, it just exits through your regular bowel movements. Ah, the joys of British weather. Anyway, back inside now. So let's do a dive into the realm of weight loss supplements you can buy online or from the pharmacy. These often touted as miracle supplements. So are they really a miracle? Well, I did a deep dive and I was really keen to try and find like the magic bullet, you know, the golden nugget that was really gonna make a difference. And actually it is like a wild jungle out there. It's like a maze. And to be honest, however hard I searched, I couldn't find any good evidence for any of it. And here's where it gets interesting. The FDA have cracked down on these so-called miracle solutions. And that's partly because they have found that hidden in there are prescription-only medications that are not listed. That includes things like blood pressure medications, anti-seizure medications, and antidepressants. So just because you bought it online or even from maybe a kind of herbal shop, it does not mean it's safe. So these miracle supplements may sound like the golden ticket to your weight loss dream, but beneath the surface lay lots of risks and problems that you may not even have been aware of. So do think carefully before taking these and make sure you look into it, because your health is obviously the ultimate treasure. So there you have it, a closer look at the options of weight loss medications where possibilities meet reality. These medications can be truly transformative, but obviously not everyone can take all of them. They may be eligible for some others may not, and you may not be able to access them where you are, depending on your local healthcare guidance. There's a bigger picture to this as well. Once we start thinking about obesity, as I've mentioned, as a chronic disease and start treating it as such, not only are we going to make a lot of people healthier potentially, we're also going to save a lot of money. The NHS spends about £6 billion a year on complications of obesity. So hopefully people are going to start realizing we need to change the way we think about obesity and the stigma, and let's get people healthier for life. So that's it for part 4. Look out for part 5 and make sure you watch the whole of my 10 episodes to make sure you have everything you need in your toolkit to lose weight for life. Weight loss. How do you know who to trust and what to believe? Well, I'm Dr. Sophie Newton. I am a GP or a family medicine physician, and I've worked within the NHS for years. And day in, day out, I see patients who are really struggling with their weight. But in this 10-part series, I've made it really simple. These videos are all easy to understand, easy to watch. You can even come back and watch some of them again. And these are achievable changes for you to make long-term goals. This isn't going to be about lose weight fast, fad diets. This is about lose weight for life.